Now let's go to my Google Drive, we'll open up a form, and we'll play around with these features a little bit. So here we are in my Drive. Let's open up this form right here. It says Mr. Avella's form. I can edit right now. And if I want to see what this is going to appear like to a student that's going to take this form, I move up, I click on this little eye icon. It says preview. And this is what it'll look like to a student. So this is the preview feature. And you scroll down. So if I want to access some other features, I can go to this gear icon that says settings, shuffle the question order. So if I press this, press save, and let's just take a look at the questions right now. First question says solve for X, then it says who's responsible for the Cold War, and the third question says state capital. So let's go to the preview. And the first question is what day are you available? A second question is what time is your prep? And you can see that the order of questions have been shuffled. Let's turn on the progress bar. And this question is required. So it says 5x plus 10 equals 25. My answer will be 3. I completed one of the required questions, and you can see at the progress bar I've answered 100%. So this progress bar shows that I've made it. I've completed all my questions. There was only one question required. Now let's check out some more features. So we go to settings. For example, these 3 features right here. Will you allow a student to submit more than one response? Will you allow them to edit their responses and see a summary of their responses? So let's turn on these 3. So now students can submit more than one response, they can go back and edit their response, and they can see a summary of their responses. So save. Here we go. So let's fill out a form a little bit. Let's just go true, 3. Let's fill out bromine, chlorine. So only after I submit the form do these 3 features become available to me. So let's take a look at, for example, see previous responses. So as you see, I put 3. I picked Albany as a state capital, and I selected bromine and chlorine, and I also selected true. Now I can also edit a response and go back in and change something. This question was left blank, so maybe I'll just go back in, change it up a little bit. And edit your response allows you to go back in and change something that you've already completed. And lastly, you can submit another response. And now a student can only submit a second response or third response, etc. and so forth, if the teacher does not have a required login. If there's a required login, you're only allowed one response per login. So I'm going to show you right now, because we don't have required login, that you could submit more than one response. So let's fill this out. Let's just put 4. Let's put false. Submit. Go to see previous responses. And now you see that I have what? I have more than one response. I have one response where I put 3 and another response where I put 4. Let's go back to settings and let's just check this out right here where it says requires login, can submit only one response. So if I turn this on, you're going to see this check disappear. Because if you can only submit one response, then you're not able to submit another response and another response and another response. So if this is checked on, this check goes off. Back to the slides presentation. So right now I would just like to say thank you for your time, and please watch the next video in the series, Manage Your Forms as Files.